we plunge into your sources, unearth the most compelling insights, and really try to transform information into understanding.
Hello?
Today, we're embarking on a truly unique journey, exploring the rich, sprawling narrative universe crafted by author Claudia Reid.
Indeed. Our mission today is to navigate the interconnected worlds Reid has built. We're focusing specifically on the epic saga laid out in Operation AquaSol, Rise of Yael.
Right.
And we're not just, summarizing, we're untangling these profound prophecies, meeting some extraordinary characters, and uncovering this high-stakes battle, really, for the fate of the multiverse, and trying to reveal the deeper meaning behind it all.
Get ready for some surprising facts, maybe some mind-bending revelations, and a story that feels, both ancient and profoundly futuristic. We're going to give you a kind of shortcut to understanding this fascinating tale, revealing why these characters are so pivotal, what their journey truly means, and maybe even how its themes might echo in your own life.
Let's dive in.
Okay, so let's unpack the vision behind this universe first. Claudia Reid. She's more than just an author, right? She's a world builder, creating this deeply connected multiverse.
Exactly.
We're focusing on Operation AquaSol, Rise of Yael, but it's part of something bigger, like Wasteland 2050, The House of Baron. It all connects.
And what's truly fascinating here is how she isn't just writing books. She's cultivating this whole interactive ecosystem around them. It's quite modern, actually.
How so?
Well, Claudia Reid is incredibly active. She engages with her audience on platforms like YouTube. She has channels like Claudia Reid Writes and Claudia Reid Reactions.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, and she's also on Substack, Instagram, even has a Buzzsprouts podcast. She discusses her work, the lore. It's not just a story you read in isolation. It's like a living, breathing world you can immerse yourself in.
Yeah.
Get extra layers of insight straight from the creator.
Right, a whole community almost. So our deep dive into the actual story really kicks off with Operation AquaSol, Rise of Yael. And the prologue, it just throws you in. Hints of a murder trial, this guy Rexor, and a chilling scene in a frozen wine cellar.
Yeah, it's not just an opening hook. It immediately sets this tone of mystery, past trauma, and impending drama that really defines the protagonist right from the start.
So who is Rexor Yarden? That's the big question the prologue leaves you with.
Well, he's introduced as this 50-year-old ex-Marine, wrongly imprisoned apparently,
right.
And ultimately we find out he's seen as God's chosen protector.
Okay.
His story starts in 2050 in a place called the Glass Box. It's deep within the Atlantic Base's Operation AquaSol Facility. And get this, he's naked, sedated, held in this 5-ply thick, translucent box, designed to contain, extreme forces.
5-ply, wow, so it's not just prison.
No, it feels like a profound metaphor, doesn't it?
Yeah.
For his trapped spirit.
And here's where it gets really interesting, right? While Rexor is sedated, and he's undergoing this forced dream coding, which sounds terrifying, like psychological torture.
It is. These white-coated figures in the sleep room are trying to forcibly implant thoughts, distort his reality. But crucially, he's not alone.
Ah, okay.
There's Kola Kowaski. He's a 65-year-old legendary warrior, a spiritual leader, and he's secretly rewired the mic systems.
No way.
Yeah. For 2 years, he's been slipping messages to Rexor, whispering things like, "You're not theirs. You're a man, and Yahweh hasn't forgotten you."
Yahweh. That's the divine force in this story.
That's the one, presented as the divine force guiding these chosen people. And this subtle resistance from Kola, it slowly starts to awaken Rexor's true will.
So the dreams are key then?
Absolute crucial to his awakening. Inside the glass chamber, you've got radioactive sharks circling outside. But the glass itself is described as holy. Strange contrast, right?
Definitely.
But in his dream, Rexor isn't even there. He's in this desert of stars, and he sees a woman. He instinctively knows she's real, and that he would die for her.
Even though they haven't met.
Exactly. It sets up this profound, destined connection. It's compelling.
Yeah.
The idea that even when you're being mentally manipulated, your true spirit can still connect to its destiny. And after 10 years of this, his eyes finally open. He's back.
Wow. And there's a journal entry too, smuggled out.
Yeah, in a Bible, it really lays bare his internal conflict. He writes, "They told me I killed a man. I didn't. Not with my hands anyway, but I wanted to."
Oof. That's complex.
It really is. He dreams of this woman who speaks without speaking and heals without touching. He feels he belongs to something old or something deeper. He says, "I belong to her."
So it immediately sets him up as this complex, reluctant hero, wrestling with his past, his own darkness, but also this destiny he doesn't fully get yet.
Right, and it poses that question, doesn't it? Can you really be chosen if you haven't faced your own inner demons first?
So the woman he dreams of, that's Nano Kowaski.
That's her. Also 50 years old.
Mm.
And she's not just anyone. She's the untouched daughter of Prophet Kola's daughter, actually. A healer with this unique prophetic womb.
Prophetic womb. Okay, tell me more.
Her journey starts in the Hidden Grove. She's already showing these immense healing powers. There's a scene where she closes a deer's wound with just soft amber light. It establishes her connection to life itself.
And her father, Kola, he's guiding her.
Constantly teaching her these profound spiritual truths, like life responds to surrender. You don't control it, you receive it.
Interesting philosophy.
And it's through that very receptivity that Nano starts having visions of Rexor. In the glass box, she sees him floating beneath the ocean, this large presence that's too still. She even hears Kola whispering to him.
So they're linked spiritually even before they meet.
Exactly. A connection built on shared destiny, spiritual resonance. It's powerful stuff.
But she has her own struggles, too.
Oh, definitely. She feels this heat inside me, this desire, despite her untouched nature. And she struggles with it until this internal divine voice speaks to her.
What does it say?
It offers this kind of radical redefinition of sacred sexuality. It reassures her. Desire is not sin, not when it's holy, not when it's chosen.
Wow. Okay.
And her dream culminates with Rexor's eyes opening in the box, this spark passed between them. And she whispers, "You're mine and I'm yours." The connection is undeniable, preordained.
So Rexor wakes up. Then what? Escape.
A truly dramatic escape, really cinematic. 7 hours after his eyes open, he just punches through the 5-ply whale-proof glass, shatters his confinement.
Showing his power.
Absolutely. Sets off alarms, floods the facility. Meanwhile, Kola, who's been waiting, triggers a counter signal from an abandoned submarine relay station. Tells his warriors he's free. Time to bring our brother home. It's that moment of breaking chains, physical and metaphorical.
And this is where we meet the resistance team properly.
Exactly. The core team takes shape. You've got Zion Ray, this quiet prophet warrior. Talia Ver, a cyber-enhanced sniper. Grid Chen, he's an autistic savant, a brilliant implant hacker. He's actually the one who created the stealth signal for Rexor's escape.
Ah, Grid.
Got it. And Logan Rex, ex-Special Forces, built like a tank. They're not just fighters, they're this collective will against the system, bringing all these diverse skills together.
Okay, so Rexor's out, he meets the team, and then he meets Nano.
Yes.
Huh?
And that is a truly pivotal moment. Their first union in Sanctuary Fire. It's described not as, just a meeting, but as chosen intimacy. Divine, sacred, and blistering.
Blistering intense.
Very. Nano, who's never been touched, she undresses Rexor, studies his scars, and then in this powerful reversal, he kneels before her. He whispers, "You are not mine to consume. You are mine to cover."
That's quite a line. It reframes everything.
It completely reframes intimacy, power, connection. It's presented as a radical redefinition of sacred sexuality.
And it has immediate consequences, right? This isn't just symbolic.
Not at all. It's a joining of prophecy and purpose.
Yeah.
As he enters her, a light literally flickers from her belly. It's Yahweh marking the moment of conception, the beginning of Yael,
Yael, a child.
the unborn baby boy, already gifted, telepathic, divinely connected. The very next morning, he speaks to Nano from the womb.
From the womb. Seriously?
He says, "Tell him I saw him in the water. Tell him I chose you both." It's this miraculous conception, the immediate start of their shared destiny, a whole new take on creation.
Wow. Okay, so the team grows from there.
Yeah, the resistance quickly expands. After the union, they prepare for this solar raid on Solar Grid Hub 17.
Why there?
They need blueprints. Blueprints of the GP6663 score. That's the Nishai LLC's control chip. This shadowy corporation uses it to manipulate minds, control society.
Ah, the big bad tech.
Pretty much. And Nano, she's now cloaked in dark cloth and courage, fighting alongside Rexor. She watches them and thinks, "You're not a man. You're the reckoning." You see the team starting to win, the family deepening.
But the raid brings a complication.
A huge one. Another critical character and a major twist. Mally. Turns out she's Rexor's ex-lover and a former prison warden.
Okay.
And she reveals she's the mother of his secret daughter, Era, 7 years old.
Rexor has a daughter. He didn't know.
Apparently not. And Era is being held captive by the main villain, Byron Troff, the remade trillionaire, mystery of evil incarnate, in his citadel.
So the stakes just got personal. Very
Like,
personal.
Hugely. And this deepens the prophecy, too. Yael stirs in Nano's womb, sensing a second flame entering the war. Era is unexpectedly crucial to this whole destiny.
They have to rescue her.
Absolutely. The rescue is incredibly touching, really pivotal, Rexor's reunion with Era is raw, emotional, and Nano, she just steps up immediately, embraces Era, tells her if she's your child, she's ours now.
That's powerful acceptance.
Totally. And Era, this little girl, she tells Nano, you're the one he dreams about, and you're warm, like a mama, but different. It solidifies this new prophesied family unit.
Yeah.
And they're bound by destiny now.
Okay, so they have Era, but Troff isn't just gonna let this go.
Not a chance. His tactics intensify. He introduces clones.
Clones, of course. Right.
And Era, who's already showing her own gifts, has this vision. She warns Rexor, a clone of you walks. It seeks the womb. It will try to claim what is not his, to poison what is sacred.
Chilling, aiming for Nano and Yael.
Correctly. It leads to this dramatic confrontation where they have to figure out which Rexor is real. The warning comes. The one who bleeds is real. The clone, when struck, is full of wires and dark fluid, not blood.
Ugh, okay. And there's betrayal mixed in, too.
Yeah, it gets complex. Kola's deceased wife, Helen, appears in a dream vision. She warns Kola, one of the 4 young warriors is not who they say they are, hiding their bloodline, their orders, their loyalty.
So one of the team, Zion, Talia, Griff, or Logan.
Suspicion initially falls, maybe misdirected, onto Talia during a raid. But Yael, speaking through Nano even before he's born, clarifies. She is not the betrayer. The real one has not awakened yet.
Leaving you hanging. Who could it be?
Exactly. Keeps you on edge. And it shows Yael's abilities developing even then.
But the biggest event must be the birth itself.
Oh, without a doubt. The birth of Yael. It happens during this storm that literally split time. The sky tears open, revealing pure white on the other side. Divine music pours out, making hardened warriors fall to their knees.
Seriously, the sky opens.
That's how it's described. A single beam of golden light shoots skyward as Yael is born. He doesn't cry for long, he just stares into his father's soul and speaks. Immediately.
What does he say?
Don't put me down.
A baby says, don't put me down.
Right after being born. It signifies this isn't just a birth, it's the birth. A profound cosmic event. The arrival of this truly divine child. A cosmic shift.
How does Troff react to that?
Pure fury. He hears the divine music, screams, no, 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 no. He immediately deploys the Purge, sends armed clones everywhere.
The Purge?
To wipe out resistance sanctuaries and, crucially, bring him the child. The stakes are insanely high now. The conflict becomes a direct battle for Yael, the embodiment of hope.
And Yael is already showing power.
Even as a newborn. There's a moment where Logan, one of the warriors, seems possessed. Voices command him, kill the father, kill the flame. But Yael, just a day old, intervenes.
Ah.
He tells Logan, don't forget your real name. And just like that, Byron Troff's influence over Logan is severed. It shows Yael's proactive divine power, his immediate impact. He's not passive.
Okay, so the Purge begins. What happens?
It's swift. Byron's clones attack the main sanctuary. 6 of them described as like machines in flesh. And in a truly horrifying moment, one clone looks exactly like Kola. Scar, beard, everything.
Oh, that's disturbing. Using his image against them.
Deeply unsettling. Shows the enemy's insidious reach, weaponizing personal connections.
And Era.
Tragically, in the chaos, Area is snatched by a clone. Vanishes into something called a shimmer field. Some kind of energy distortion Troff uses for abduction.
Oh no, they lose her.
They do. Yael lets out this sharp, glowing wail that briefly halts the clones, but it's too late. Era's gone. It's a massive loss, emphasizing the cost of this war. Kola sees the clone of himself and is just deeply shaken. Vows vengeance.
So Rexor needs to step up even more. There's this Fireblood passage.
Yes, a profound spiritual test for Rexor. Under the sea, Yael's voice guides him again. Only truth can survive fire. Walk naked body, heart, and past.
So he has to face his past. Literally.
Literally strips down, faces these intense visions. Mally, his ex, Brigitte, who is the Brigadier's wife from the other book, Wasteland 2050, connecting the stories and bloodlines. Even a vision of Nano and Yael urging him, stop running from who you are.
And he comes out changed.
Transformed, glowing, ready to face Byron, who's waiting on the other side. It's his crucible moment, forging him.
And Nano's power is growing too.
Absolutely, it's parallel growth, her own journey into divine agency. In Nano's last stand, she confronts a clone identical to herself.
A clone Nano.
Yes. And the clone chillingly says she was perfected in hers, referring to Brigitte, the real mother of fire, implying a connection, maybe stolen power.
Creepy. How does Nano beat it?
Yael's voice guides her from within. She awakens Yael's power, and he essentially ignites and burns the clone from the inside out, protecting his mother. It shows Nano's own developing power beyond just healing. Yael's fierce protective instinct.
Meanwhile, Era, she's in the Shy Tower.
Yes, and she discovers something chilling. A long corridor of cells filled with children.
Other captured children.
Yes, but they eerily cheer Mama Era. They reveal they are your seeds and that she was the first vessel.
What does that mean?
It's terrifying. They hold out their hands, light emerges from their palms, and they say, "It's time to burn the world, Mother." It hints at this vast hidden network tied to Era's bloodline, a much larger, darker plan. The war is older, bigger than they knew.
This is getting wild. And then Byron himself.
The ultimate reveal. Byron's true form. He's not just a man, not just remade. His skin shimmers, peels away, reveals a mass of rioting cosmic tendrils and dark star matter.
Whoa.
He declares, "I am no man. I am the darkness between stars." So the battle isn't just against a villain, it's against this cosmic entity of pure evil. Multiversal stakes. Redefines the enemy completely.
Okay, so we head into the epic finale, the final strike.
Final desperate strike.
Yes.
Across Nishai Tower, the surrounding complexes, chaos, flames, cracking concrete, and Nano. Fierce, glowing, she secures baby Yael in a knapsack. Becomes this true warrior mother running through the burning battlefield, every step a prayer.
And Kola?
Kola. Aged but unbroken. His final honor. He grabs Byron's own sword, charges in, meets Byron's deadly strike. Their blades clash. Kola knows this is it, his time to come home.
He sacrifices himself.
He pierces Byron's defense, but pays the ultimate price. With his last breath, he grabs Rexor's arm, makes him promise protect Nano, Yael, the children, and tell Helen, his wife, our daughter is beautiful, and our grandson, the peace and power of all worlds.
Wow, what a moment.
Profound sacrifice, cementing his legacy.
So it comes down to Rexor and Byron.
The fierce duel of fire and iron. Amidst the ruins, Byron's cosmic power surges, almost overwhelming Rexor, but then, miraculous intervention.
Ew.
Baby Yael's cry pierces the air. A radiant beam bursts from him, strikes Byron's eyes and ears, shatters his senses, his vision. Blood pours from him. The ultimate divine assist when needed most.
So Rexor can finish it.
With Byron incapacitated by Yael, Rexor charges, drives his blade through Byron's heart. Byron's body shimmers, turns to ash, carried away on the wind.
And Kola, what happens to his body?
This reinforces the spiritual themes. A radiant light descended from the clouds, and Yahuwah's hand gently lifted Kola's lifeless body, cradling him like a sacred flame. He ascends, disappears into the heavens, no body left behind. A testament to his sacrifice, the divine favor.
The battle's over.
It's over. Rexor kneels beside Nano and Yael. Yael reaches out his tiny hand to his father, whispers, "Father, the sky is clear." And the narrator states, while the war was won, the journey of peace was just beginning. A powerful end, but also a new dawn.
So what does this all mean for you, listening? We've journeyed through this truly epic saga, high-stakes battles, profound love, undeniable divine intervention. You've seen characters like Rexor and Nano fighting not just this external cosmic enemy, but wrestling with their own destinies, their own deep internal struggles, discovering who they're truly meant to be.
Yeah, and this deep dive really shows how a narrative can weave together these complex prophecies, intimate character journeys, and grand cosmic warfare. It raises, I think, an important question for you. How do you define chosen in your own life? You know, what kind of inner strength or maybe even divine intervention might be waiting for you when you face your own battles? Big or small, physical or spiritual? Maybe being chosen isn't about being perfect, but about bravely facing your own darkness, like Rexor did, and accepting a path that feels both ancient and deeply personal.
That's a great point. As we close this deep dive, consider this provocative thought. In a world like this one, where even love and desire are forces of prophecy and destiny, where a single touch or a whispered dream can unleash untold power, what seemingly ordinary connections in your own life might actually be part of a much larger unseen design, guiding you towards a destiny